Eric Gomez. We're all moving forward with the intentions of making that fight. The zone obviously putting pressure on us to make that fight. It's the fight to make. It's there to be made. Hopefully we can.
The boxing world has just been shaken by news fans have been waiting to hear for years. What once seemed impossible only days ago has suddenly become reality, and in the most unexpected way imaginable.
And it'll be a long time coming just because of the history of everything that went on, but I'm not going to 47, so that's why I really asked him what.
Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney is officially happening. The confirmation of this mega fight has sent shockwaves across the sport, with fans flooding social media in disbelief. According to multiple sources close to both camps, days of intense behind-the-scenes negotiations finally led to an agreement, setting up what many are already calling the biggest fight of 2026.
This fight now is even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big insider. Right. I gotta be honest, man. Like this.
The announcement came shortly after Shakur responded to Haney's public call-out on social media. Insiders later revealed that serious discussions had actually been taking place privately for weeks before anything became public. But the way this fight came together, and the compromises both fighters had to make, shows just how badly both sides wanted this showdown. Before we break down the explosive details, it's important to understand how this situation began, and why many believed this fight would never actually happen. Just days earlier, Devin Haney shocked the boxing world with a bold and confident message posted online.
We'll grow into whatever weight you're in.
I mean, all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all getting bigger. It's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which, even though I know that they making new guys, there's guys like fucking Kermel.
Haney took to X and declared that he and Shakur represented the next biggest fight in boxing, calling him out directly in public. The message immediately placed pressure on Stevenson, forcing him to respond or risk looking like he was avoiding the challenge. Many insiders believe the timing was no accident, coming right after Shakur's dominant win over Teofimo Lopez, when attention and momentum were at their highest.
And brought in Debo, Devin the Dream Haney for the live fight broadcast. And both of you is on the list.
Sources familiar with Haney's strategy say his team believed this was the perfect moment to make their move. With Shakur riding high on confidence, backing down publicly simply wasn't an option. One insider revealed that the call-out had been planned for nearly 2 weeks, carefully timed to capture maximum attention while other potential fights were still being negotiated. From a promotional standpoint, the move worked perfectly, placing all focus on Haney and Stevenson.
You versus Dev, is that back on the table as far as us as fans should be talking about this, or is that y'all niggas just doing some Twitter shit?
Nah, I mean, that's cool. Like I told you, I'll fight him. I'll move up to 40 and fight him. Like there's no changing what I think about that fight. I think that'll be a big fight too in the sport of boxing.
Shakur's response came quickly, and it was cryptic. Quoting Haney's post, he wrote, "Be careful what you ask for. Things might just happen." The message instantly sent fans and analysts into speculation. Was this acceptance or just words?
What is good? Never $1 million. You said that he would earn $1 million or something along them lines. What do you make of his comments?
I never said that. I promoted him. I paid him over $1 million about 8 times. So I knew all about it. I'm just being honest. Like his performance against...
According to insiders, the social media exchange itself may have been part of a calculated strategy designed to build public demand. Increased fan interest puts pressure on networks and promoters to invest the money required for a fight of this scale. Public call-outs create momentum, and momentum forces big decisions from broadcasters and promoters alike.
Still guys like Shakur, still got Ryan Garcia. It's a huge fight. There's a lot of guys coming up. They make a new guy every day. We got Abdullah Mason, we got Kermel. It's young guys coming up, and I see them in the rear view, so I'm proud of
As negotiations continued, the biggest challenge quickly became clear: weight. Stevenson currently holds a title at 140 pounds, while Haney campaigns at 147, creating a natural size gap between them. Early discussions reportedly stalled when Shakur's team pushed for a strict rehydration clause, similar to the one previously demanded during talks with Conor Benn.
How does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see, but I'm a businessman at the end of the day, and like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same thing?
The clause would have limited how much weight Haney could regain after the weigh-in, preventing a major size advantage on fight night. Haney's camp strongly resisted the idea, reportedly refusing to accept artificial restrictions. Tensions grew during negotiations, with both sides standing firm. The breakthrough finally came when promoters proposed a compromise aimed at keeping the fight alive.
This happens right now. This is the right timing too, because both are at a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually,
and there's a title on the line.
It's actually simmered better than it had back then. And back then it was really, really something that you wanted to see. But now, because of Shakur's recent performance,
the agreement reportedly settles on a catchweight of 144 pounds, splitting the difference between both divisions. A modified rehydration clause will also be included, limiting Haney's weight gain to 12 pounds, offering Stevenson protection without forcing Haney into extreme conditions. Financially, both fighters are expected to earn career-high purses, with projections suggesting the fight could generate over $50 million in total revenue.
It was really difficult to watch. And although he beat Brian Norman, and it's a massive achievement, I just think that he's not fighting to his capabilities. I think he's gun-shy. But I still, if you listen to my interviews, what I say is I give him respect. He deserves that respect and credit because he's a 3-division world champion.
What ultimately pushed the deal across the finish line, according to several sources, was the involvement of a major Middle Eastern investor who recognized the global potential of this matchup. Reports suggest that significant financial backing helped bridge the gap between both sides' demands, making the fight possible. The targeted date is currently late May or early June of 2026, with Madison Square Garden emerging as the leading venue, although Las Vegas and Saudi Arabia remain strong options.
As if, I'm scared of... I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer.
Venue discussions are already underway, with MSG reportedly confident in delivering a sold-out crowd. The official announcement is expected within days once final paperwork is completed. For Stevenson, this fight represents an opportunity to silence critics and prove he can dominate another elite technician on the biggest stage. A victory could push him firmly into the pound-for-pound elite and open the door to even bigger fights at welterweight.
T.O. know exactly who he's facing. And I just feel like Shakur is just so focused, so locked in. But not only that, I just feel like his IQ is just on a whole nother level. Shakur IQ is crazy, for real. And he's going to show that, January 31st.
Sources close to Stevenson say his long-term vision includes moving fully into the welterweight division and possibly even higher in the future. He reportedly views Haney as the perfect test against a naturally bigger opponent. For Devin Haney, the stakes are equally high. A win would help silence criticism that he relies too heavily on cautious, technical victories and finally cement his status among boxing's elite. Fan reaction has been completely divided. Some believe the fight will be a technical masterpiece, while others fear a slow tactical battle. Viral reactions online perfectly capture this split between hardcore boxing fans who appreciate skill and casual viewers who crave knockouts. Promoters are betting that the rivalry and undefeated records will generate enough intrigue to drive massive pay-per-view numbers.
Shakur is still getting better. He's still growing as a fighter. He's still growing as a man. He's not even at his peak yet. Let me say that again.
Not everyone is convinced, however. Some critics argue that while Stevenson is extremely skilled, his style may not appeal to casual audiences looking for excitement. Still, even critics acknowledge that he remains one of the most difficult fighters in the sport to beat.
He is a good fighter, but I just don't think he's exciting to watch. I don't think he's going to be a draw outside of getting paid for those Saudi events. And I think if that stopped, you'd see that quite quickly. But he's a very good fighter. He's tough to beat. But if you think that was exciting to watch, you're telling...
From a promotional standpoint, both camps are expected to engage in controlled trash talk designed to build hype without crossing into genuine disrespect. The undefeated versus undefeated storyline will be central to the promotion, emphasizing that someone's perfect record must end. Training camps will be crucial, as small technical adjustments could decide every round in what many expect to be a full 12-round contest.
Just more of my natural self, more of who I really am. In past fights, you guys see me, as more of a shell of myself, because I was.
Even the selection of judges and referees could play a major role. In a close technical fight, scoring becomes critical, and both camps are expected to carefully negotiate officiating to avoid controversy. The result will also have major implications for both divisions, as the winner instantly becomes a target for other champions seeking the biggest fight available.
Ryan Garcia, you good for nothing in the sport of boxing. You come out with 4 or 5 days left to your 4th positive PED test, and you say now you want to start your own league, that you don't care if you're banned from the sport of boxing. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, you and everybody with you need a foot in your ass.
The loser won't see their career finished, but their negotiating power and future opportunities could take a temporary hit. As the official announcement approaches, expect both fighters to increase their social media presence and build anticipation for what could become one of the year's biggest boxing events. Plans for a multi-city press tour are already being discussed to maximize global attention.
And Haney still being undefeated and having righted the ship, winning as an underdog against Brian Norman. I rate that. I rate when you take on a fight as an underdog and you win it. I rate that. That's why Haney, for me, got into the circle of trust, because he wasn't trying to milk.
The boxing world hasn't felt this level of excitement for a pure boxer versus boxer matchup since the prime years of Floyd Mayweather, when technical brilliance alone could capture massive audiences. That's all for now. For the latest updates, breaking news, and major moments from the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time, peak.